Losing fat ranks among the top fitness goals for most people who hit the gym. Let's face it, who doesn't want a sculpted, flat stomach? But reaching that goal is far from easy. Every inch lost around the waist demands serious commitment. Hours of workouts, a controlled diet, and loads of discipline. And the most discouraging part? That fat seems to creep back in the moment you slip. One weekend pizza, an extra dessert, and suddenly all your hard work feels wasted. That's why today we're diving into 10 strategies that truly work to eliminate stubborn belly fat. Make sure to stick around till the end. Strategy number 7 is the real game changer. First, we have to bust a common myth: spot reduction. You've likely been told that to lose belly fat, you need to crank out endless crunches or target certain areas with specific moves to shrink fat in just that spot. Sorry, but that's just not how the body works. Science has proven that fat loss doesn't happen selectively. When your body starts burning fat, it pulls from stores throughout the entire system, not from just one place. You'll even lose fat from your feet. Think of body fat like one big savings account. When it needs energy, your body makes small withdrawals from different regions. Unfortunately, areas like the belly in men and the hips in women are evolutionarily and hormonally favored for fat storage. And they're also the last to slim down when you're in a calorie deficit. So, rather than obsessing over crunches, the key is a holistic strategy that speeds up your metabolism and encourages full-body fat burn. Now that we've cleared that up, let's jump into the strategies. Strategy 10. Maintain a moderate calorie deficit. Let's keep it real. There's no fat loss without burning more calories than you take in. No matter what miracle diet you've seen online, it can't override the laws of thermodynamics. If you eat more than you burn, your body will store the excess as fat. But here's where most people go wrong. They cut their calories too drastically. Something like, I'll just eat 1,000 calories a day and drop weight fast. That backfires. Your body interprets a steep drop in food as a crisis, activating survival mode. Your metabolism slows, thyroid hormone drops, hunger increases, and worse, your body starts breaking down muscle for energy. You won't even realize it, but you'll move and gesture less due to energy loss. Sure, you'll lose weight, but a big chunk of that will be muscle mass, which is exactly what you want to keep. A mild calorie deficit lets your body adjust without triggering panic mode. It maintains muscle while encouraging fat loss. Research supports a deficit of around 20% of your daily maintenance calories as the sweet spot. It balances fat loss and muscle retention. For example, if your maintenance level is 2,500 calories, aim for about 2,000 daily. That's enough to drop roughly 1 pound of fat each week, which is safe and sustainable. For accurate numbers, a nutritionist is your best bet, but you can also use reliable online calorie calculators. Strategy 9. Make protein a priority. Protein has the highest thermic effect of all macronutrients, meaning your body uses more energy to digest it than it does for carbs or fats. About 20 to 30% of the calories you eat from protein go toward just processing it, while carbs use about 5 to 10% and fats only 0 to 3%. More importantly, protein is crucial to protect muscle mass during fat loss. When you're in a deficit, your body is hunting for energy, and it won't hesitate to break down muscle unless you give it a reason not to. Consuming enough protein tells your body to hang on to that muscle and prioritize burning fat instead. Third, protein also plays a key role in increasing satiety. In fact, a study revealed that raising protein intake to about 30% of total daily calories led to a reduction in hunger and an average decrease of roughly 441 calories consumed per day. In real-life terms, aim to include a solid protein source in every meal. Good options include chicken, fish, lean beef, eggs, milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, and whey protein. For vegetarians, great choices are tofu, lentils, chickpeas, and other legumes. As a general guide, target a daily intake of around 3.5 to 4.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight when fat loss is your main goal. Strategy 8. Engage in regular cardio workouts. Cardio's most obvious benefit for burning fat is how it boosts calorie burn during the session. Based on intensity and your weight, a 1-hour run can torch anywhere from 400 to 800 calories, directly contributing to your daily calorie deficit. But the advantages of aerobic activity go far beyond just calories burned in the moment. Regular cardio enhances your body's ability to access and use fat as fuel, both during workouts and at rest. That's because aerobic exercise increases mitochondrial density and improves the availability of fat-transporting enzymes. It also boosts insulin sensitivity, helping your body process glucose more effectively and reduce fat storage, especially that harmful visceral fat surrounding the organs. There's a mental benefit too. Aerobic workouts stimulate endorphin release, help manage stress, and lift your mood, which can prevent stress-driven eating. In practical terms, aim for a minimum of 150 minutes of moderate-intensity cardio per week, spread across 3 to 5 sessions. To keep things fresh, mix different types. Combine longer, low-intensity activities like walking with shorter bursts of intense effort like HIIT. This variation taps into multiple fat-burning pathways. Strategy 7. Add strength training to your routine. If you still think cardio is your only tool for burning fat, it's time for a major mindset shift. Strength training is arguably your best weapon in the battle against fat. As discussed earlier under calorie deficit, what really counts is not just losing weight, but losing fat while holding on to or gaining muscle mass. Here's why. Muscle tissue is metabolically active. That means it burns calories even when you're totally at rest. For every pound of muscle you carry, your body uses about 6 calories a day just to maintain it. Surprising, right? On top of that, resistance training creates something called EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. This means after a hard lifting session, your body continues to burn more calories for 24 to 48 hours as it recovers. To make the most of this, schedule 3 to 4 strength training sessions each week. Focus on compound lifts, exercises that hit multiple muscle groups like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, pull-ups, and rows. Don't be afraid to lift heavy. Many people, especially women, shy away from resistance training due to fear of getting too bulky. But unless you're using performance-enhancing drugs, building large muscles is incredibly difficult. Before we move on to Strategy 6, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Having regular access to accurate, science-based advice is the key to sustainable progress in your fitness journey. Strategy 6. Steer clear of large meals at night. You've likely heard the old saying, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. While it sounds outdated, there's actually solid science behind it. Our bodies operate according to the circadian rhythm, a natural 24-hour cycle that governs many biological functions, including digestion and metabolism. During daylight hours, your metabolism is more efficient. As the evening rolls in, that efficiency drops. Eating large, heavy meals late at night, especially those high in processed carbs and fats, can work against your fat loss efforts. When we consume a large amount of calories at night, just as the body's energy expenditure is winding down, those extra calories are more likely to be stored as fat. Unfortunately, much of that fat tends to settle in the abdominal region. Research in the field of nutritional chronobiology confirms that the timing of meals affects how the body processes nutrients. For instance, carbs eaten in the morning are more likely to be used for energy during the day. The same carbs eaten at night, however, are more likely to be converted into fat. Late-night heavy meals can also disrupt your sleep. They interfere with leptin production, the hormone that signals fullness, and increase ghrelin, the hormone that triggers hunger. The result? You wake up hungrier the next day. To avoid this, aim to eat your last substantial meal 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. If you're hungry closer to sleep, go for a small snack that's high in protein and low in carbs. Something like plain yogurt with a sprinkle of cinnamon or a small portion of cottage cheese. Strategy 5. Add fiber to your meals. There are 2 primary types of dietary fiber, soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber absorbs water and forms a gel that slows down digestion, keeping you fuller for longer. Insoluble fiber helps add bulk to stool and supports healthy digestion. One of the biggest advantages of fiber for reducing belly fat is how it boosts satiety. Fiber-rich foods take longer to chew, giving your brain more time to register that you're full. Plus, soluble fiber forms a thick gel in the stomach, slowing down nutrient absorption and helping control hunger. Research shows that high-fiber diets are also linked to reduced inflammation, a factor that's connected with insulin resistance and fat buildup around the organs. On top of that, fiber acts as a prebiotic, feeding the good bacteria in your gut. A well-balanced gut microbiome plays an important role in maintaining a healthy weight. In practice, aim to consume 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day. Great sources include fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. A smart tip: increase fiber intake gradually to give your digestive system time to adjust, and always stay well hydrated. Strategy 4. Eat smaller meals more often. Large meals, especially those high in refined carbs, cause big spikes in both blood sugar and insulin levels. Insulin is your body's primary storage hormone, and when it spikes, excess energy gets stored as fat. By spreading your food intake into smaller meals, these insulin surges become less dramatic. You'll also manage hunger more effectively. Going long stretches without eating can leave you ravenous and lead to poor food choices later. Eating more frequently with well-balanced meals helps keep blood sugar stable and reduces the temptation to overeat. Smaller, regular meals also help you burn more calories through the thermic effect of food, the energy your body uses to digest and process what you eat. To implement this, divide your total calories over 4 to 6 smaller meals, spaced about every 2 to 3 hours. A sample day could look like this: a full breakfast, a morning snack, lunch, an afternoon snack, a lighter dinner, and a small protein-rich snack before bed. It's worth noting, eating small meals doesn't mean grazing all day or constantly snacking on processed food. Each mini-meal should still be thoughtfully prepared and nutritionally balanced. Strategy 3. Watch out for sugary beverages. One of the sneakiest and most damaging habits people fall into when trying to lose belly fat is underestimating the calories in drinks. It's like they disappear off the calorie radar. Think about it. Would you willingly spoon 4 teaspoons of sugar into your mouth? Probably not. But that's about what's in a regular can of soda, and many people drink it without a second thought. What makes it worse is that liquid calories aren't processed by the brain the same way solid food is. Studies reveal that your brain doesn't register fullness from drinks the way it does from food. For example, drinking a 200-calorie store-bought orange juice doesn't reduce your appetite at your next meal the way eating a whole orange would. Sugary drinks are especially damaging when it comes to belly fat, mainly because of how they impact insulin levels. These beverages are packed with rapidly absorbable sugars that trigger sharp spikes in insulin. And as you've learned, consistently high insulin levels encourage fat storage, especially around the abdominal area. And it's not just sodas and bottled juices you need to be cautious about. Other hidden culprits often fly under the radar: flavored coffees with syrups and cream, sugar-loaded smoothies, alcoholic drinks, energy drinks, and pre-sweetened iced teas. The fix? Make water your go-to drink throughout the day. That brings us straight to the next strategy. Strategy 2. Stay well hydrated. The breakdown of fat, technically known as lipolysis, depends heavily on water. When you're not properly hydrated, your liver has to pick up some of the slack for your kidneys, which means it's less available to support fat metabolism. Hydration also plays a big role in controlling hunger. Studies have found that drinking around 16 ounces of water about 30 minutes before meals leads to reduced calorie consumption. This is because thirst is often mistaken for hunger. Drinking enough water also supports digestion and helps reduce bloating and water retention, both of which can hide your true fat loss results. In fact, increasing your water intake often helps your body retain less water over time. So, how much should you drink? A general guideline is to consume 15 to 25 milliliters per pound of body weight daily. For someone weighing 154 pounds, that translates to roughly 75 to 125 fluid ounces each day. Strategy 1. Manage stress and prioritize quality sleep. When it comes to burning belly fat, most people focus solely on what they can see: food and workouts. But two of the most powerful influences on fat storage are invisible: stress levels and sleep quality. Chronic stress keeps cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, elevated, and prolonged high cortisol levels are strongly linked to fat accumulation around the midsection, especially visceral fat. Why? because cortisol signals the body to store fat centrally as a survival mechanism. While this response helped our ancestors survive dangerous situations, today's chronic stress triggers that same fat-storing process unnecessarily. Stress also often causes behavior that works against your goals: emotional eating, skipping workouts, or simply being less disciplined overall. Sleep deprivation is another hidden threat. Just one poor night of sleep can raise ghrelin, the hormone that increases hunger, and suppress leptin, the one that signals fullness. That combination can lead to overeating the next day. If you've enjoyed this video and you're also interested in building more muscle while losing fat, we've got you covered. On the screen right now is a video demonstrating 5 isometric exercises you can do at home to help develop muscle. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.